Hello and welcome to digitalSyn Gaming. I'm Syntosis and this is episode 19 of the New Frontier. So, we are in the mining dimension. We have a builder tool, or a builder block. Ta-da! We are going to build a quarry. So, I've created a couple of ender chests. We've got one ender chest which is back at the base. We have it set to white. We have this builder block, which we've got a shaped card for quarry. As you can see, we've got all the quarry replaced with dirt, etc., etc. This is the cheapest one. It's 300 RF a tick, so or per block. I'm quite happy with that, to be perfectly honest. We've got an abundance of power, and we can also, as soon as we find more diamond, we can actually build a tier 2 solar array. So I'm good with that. We'll get a lot more if we do go that route. So I'm going to give it a redstone signal just here so that we can turn it on and off. However, I'm going to set the shape card. I'm going to put the power cell down just here. I'm going to set that to out. And it's already linked to our system. So as you can see, we are pulling power. And then once this fills up, 10 million I think, we should stabilize and get a little bit more power back into the system. Now, I don't know whether this is chunk loaded. I probably might have to build a chunk loader. I don't know. So, yeah, I know. I'm kind of winging it at the moment, but we'll leave it like that. Right, so, getting dark. Okay, let's go back to the other dimension, and if it's getting dark here, we'll sleep. However, I do want to just check on the power quickly. Let's go over to the power systems. Okay, so we're stabilizing again. I think that's because we're here. So we might need a chunk loader. Do we have any chunk loaders? Yes, we do. We have a chunk loader here. Right, so... Okay, it's going to cost us 2 of our diamonds, which is a kind of pain in the arse. However... it's a chunk loader, so you can't really. Let's give it 25 chunks. Show lasers. That should cover the power and the base. Cool, we're good. Now, hopefully, when we do go back to the other dimension, we should be fine. So I'm going to sleep here. Come on. That's it. And then we're going to zip back to the mining dimension. And we're going to see about marking out the area where the quarry or the builder will actually quarry out. So the way that... Well, that's kind of weird. Right, so the way that this works is the builder requires cards to run. There we go, that's filling up quite nicely. So these shaped cards, and there is a couple, there's a few different ones, you know, like voids and silk touches and that kind of stuff. You shift right click on the quarry and it will attach the quarry to it. Okay, so now this card is linked to this quarry. Now these quarries are 512 by 512 blocks. Now that is an insane amount of blocks. Now we're not going to get anywhere near that kind of level. However, what we are going to do is go a little distance because, well, why the hell not? So we're this side of the tree. There we go. Oh, I love this sword. We're this side of the tree, so that was quite easy to do. Yep, this side of the tree. Right. So we're going to walk, I don't know, a couple more. We'll do the blocks to the other side of this tree. How's that? Yeah, so we attach our first block here. Okay. Now we've got to go and select the second corner, which we're going to go in a diagonal direction because, well, diagonals are quicker than going all the way back to the beginning and over the other side. So what we're going to try and do is make this quarry quite large, because the bigger we make our quarry, the more area we essentially have to get resources. So it makes sense for us to make quite a large quarry. It will essentially strip mine and replace with dirt, so it's not too bad. It will look the same as it does now, and that's kind of all right with me. I don't really mind that. It was the way that the Ender quarries used to work from Ender AI. I love those ones. But yeah, so we just need to go a little bit further, so we will speed up a little bit and zip over into this corner. So our quarry is we're pretty much level with our quarry at the moment. Well, not now, but we was pretty much level with our quarry. So we will zip under this one. We will dump our card here. New settings, copy to the card. Okay, so now we got to head back to the quarry. The quarry is in this direction, I believe. Not entirely sure. We have gone way past it. There's the portal. So as you can see, this is quite a large area that we're actually going to be using. Kind of cool. So what we do with this one now is we right click, we install the module. Now we can hit set preview, so we can see just the massive amount of area that we would actually be mining. We don't really care. We're just going to hit that button and there you go. Now it's off. So that looks like, I know that this says that it will replace with dirt. Replace them with dirt. However, that looks like it's strip mining. Let's go and check out just exactly what it's doing. So as you can see right in front of us, now I don't know if you can see this, but right in front of us there is a black block. That is where we're headed. So that black block should be the start of our quarry. Now I don't know whether it's going to strip mine or whether it's going to do what it says, which is replace it with dirt. Not entirely sure. However, what it looks like is it's not replacing it with dirt. It looks like it's strip mining. Oh, well, we're running out of food that much. So, a couple more chunks and we should be where we need to be. Oh, really? Can't eat that. It should be just over here. So where we started should be where the quarry started. Now this should be the area. Okay. So yeah, it is replacing with dirt. Perfect. That's exactly what we wanted it to do. It's exactly what we told it to do. The fact that it's using 300 RF a tick to do that, well, that's not too bad. Like I said, if we can get some more diamonds, we can get the tier 2 energy or solar production. We will be good. We will not care that this is using 300 RF a tick. So, let's just go find our way home. We seem to have lost. Nope, there it is. You can see it just in the distance. So let's scoot on over there and see how the quarry's doing. Now, the quarry might be in a position where it just cannot keep up with the amount of squares that are being quarried. Not entirely sure. However, it's not doing too bad. There we go. So, that seems to be doing okay. Nice. That's because it's running out of power. Fair enough. Okay, so we do have a little bit of a power problem. And that is, we've run out. So, that is not good. That is actually quite bad. I mean, the amount of power that we have stored in this system, that ate through it pretty bloody quick. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at something else from RF tools. We're going to look at an RF receiver and an RF transmitter. Now I know that we already have one. We have one over the other side. But what I do want to do is just grab another one of these. Purely and simply because what I'm going to do is I'm going to link it to the quarry. So that when we're in this dimension, we can turn off the one in that dimension. Sounds quite cool, doesn't it? So if we put that on the wall like this, that is a redstone transmitter. Okay, so the redstone signal coming in will transmit. So if we shift right click, that is set to channel 2. Now if we put our lever there, we are transmitting a redstone signal. Okay, so now if we go back to the mining world, we can kill off of our transmitter here, we can put down our one here, and then we can use our wrench to turn it round so that it's now transmitting a signal. There you go. Now that's on. Perfect. That's exactly what we expected because we have got it turned on. Now if we go back to our other dimension, we'll go over to where our quarry switch is and hit the button. What we should see is power starting to accumulate because our quarry is off. And as you can see, our power is now stabilizing. Or I say stabilizing, it's now, increasing. We've got a lot of production going on, which is good. That's exactly what we want to see. So, have we got any more diamonds? We've got 21 diamonds, and we've also got some diamond essence. So, diamond essence is 9 pieces, gives you 1 diamond. That's really cool. I wasn't expecting 2 diamonds. Haven't been on the server that long, so that's pretty cool. Go and have a look at what we got. So we got some ender ones. We got some. Okay, so we got mostly ender. We got a couple of diamonds, which is good. You can't argue with that. About 3 or 4. Nice. Whoa. We have a lot of infernium. What we're going to do is we're going to turn this one back on. Because this infernium one I need really to get back under control. So that's only work without redstone signal. Exactly what I wanted. Come on. Do you need to be kicked off again? So this thing should This doesn't look like it's got a lot of space left, does it? Have we filled up that storage already? Holy crap, we nearly... Well, it was 36 just a minute ago. That is insane. Wow. So if we dump those in there... Infernium tier 3 we will go put back up there after we've got something to eat. Let's have one of those and a cooked mutton, and we'll put the apples back because we've eaten those recently. I really have to start on food production soon because, yeah, I'm running out of meals to eat. Okay, so you're doing okay. You are, or have cleared the area, and are not replanting. Now you should be planting. Why are you not extracting? Compare damage. Okay, me and you are going to have a falling out, so we're going to just reset you. There we go. You needed to be reset. Fair enough. That's cool. Right, so we should only have 4s and 3s in there now. This one should still be going quite happily, and it is. And this one should be stopped, because we don't need any more onions. We've got tons. Perfect. Okay, so now if we go back... Right, so our power should be quite healthy again. Yep. Okay, so we got half again. Alright, cool. So as you can hear, you know, we're making more liquid. Making more oil, more crystallized oil, which is good. We've still got a healthy amount in the system, though. Don't forget that. We've got a really decent amount. What I am looking at is... This is 280 a tick. That's 300 a tick. So that's 300 roughly. 6. That's 12. That's essentially 2400. These cables are rated to 3200, so we could get away with putting a couple more oil generators there. I'm thinking that might be a good idea. Now, the reason that I think that's a good idea is because, as you can see, it's taken us a little while to get the solar stuff, or the solar panel tier 2. Now, in the meantime, we still need power, and we still need quite a lot of it to try and get the diamonds to do this tier 2. So, I'm thinking that it might very well be a good idea if we just increase our oil production. We've got enough buckets. We've got enough buckets to feed and support the entire system. So, let's just do 4 more of these. Oh, missing sticks. Okay, so did I not teach you the most basic thing of sticks? Oh dear God. I didn't teach you sticks. Oh, sad. Okay. Now you should know sticks. Now you know sticks. Excellent. Okay, so we're going to use 4 more generators because, well, they're cheap. We know that we can support the power production using these. And we already have them. You know, we already have this infrastructure to support the generation of this power. So let us put those in there. We do need to go and get some power cables, which is the tier 2. Now the good thing about these power cables is you can actually mix them up. So if you do get the tier 3s, you can actually mix them up. Really, really cool. I must admit, yeah, I was quite surprised that you could do that, which is kind of cool. Right, so we've got 1 crystallized canola so that we can whitelist the stuff. We have 4 of those. So now we can go into the system. So this bit here we're going to need to break. However, when we put this one back in, that will reconnect. We will put 3 more exporters. We will switch it over and we'll put crystallized canola. That one, crystallized canola, and this one, same. And then this one, same. Okay, so now all of them should be filling up quite nicely, which they have done. And they should now be generating CF or RF or whatever it's called. And a nice hefty amount of it. Perfect. Okay, these guys are zapping. This guy, you can hear dunk. So it's filling these fluid buckets back up. Absolutely perfect. We've got a massive production. We could probably get away with putting another 4 on there. I might save that till later. I'm not entirely sure. I would like to get our quarry running again, though. So we're going to hit that switch and we're going to watch as the power just drains. However, it's not draining, which makes me feel as if the chunk loader is required. That's another 2 diamonds. I'm not entirely happy with that. But there is a chunk loader in the system. Right, so I must have already made one. Oh yeah, I did, for the nether. We were going to go lava until I couldn't get the lava production to work. Right, so let's put the chunk loader here to keep this active. Chunk 77 up to 4. Right, so this is using a small amount of RF. That is not using a small amount of RF, that is using a massive amount of RF. Look, right, so here we go. So this is input and output of 5,000 RF a tick. The output cost is 4.1% of whatever is used. I can live with that because I don't have to do any power generation, etc. So I'm quite happy with 4.9% being used. Or lost, in this case. In the transfer. That's fine. We are losing power rapidly, so let's turn that off again. What we should technically do, or what we could do, is link that to a power monitor of some sort. We can actually do a power monitor of some sort to you know, kind of turn that on and off when we need it to. However, at the moment, we seem to be in a position where we need a lot of RF. So let's have a look at our diamonds again. Right, we've got 23 diamonds. We're going to need a lot more than that, I'm pretty sure. We need 26 of these things. And that was 30 odd. Yeah, missing 29. So, I mean, that's like 60 odd. Unfortunately, we cannot get our tier 2, which is rather annoying. We've got our tier 1 solar controller. I wonder if we could do our tier 2. No, again, we're missing a ton of diamonds. Alright, so we need this thing to keep going, really. But we need power. So what I'm thinking... What's happening with our power? That's not off, is it? That's not... No, that's ignoring a redstone signal. That's ignoring redstone. Let's go back and... do we have a lever? Yes, we do have a lever. Let's go back and shut that off manually for the moment. I might need a dimensional one instead. And at the moment, I'm damn sure I don't have the cost for that. So. Oh, wrong one. Bugger off. You're only going to die, so just leave me alone. Told you. Yeah. Right, so that is building up its reserves, which means it's not on. That is on and zipping through. Whoa. Wow. That really does eat power, doesn't it? 10 RF left. And this has got a 10. Yeah. Okay, so that's going to fill up the internal buffer there. That's where our power is still draining. It might be wise to actually get 4 more generators. Just to make sure, or just to be on the safe side. It would certainly help. There's no harm in it. It would alleviate a little bit of issues. Right, so we need some export. So we need 4 more of these. And while they're cooking, we're going to go and get some cables. We're going to go and hook these ones up into the system. So let's see. How are we going to bounce up there? I think what we might do is just put this one down here and just go up here. We'll put these 4 in position. Come back down, break this cable. We need it. Now we can hook up the main cables. Power conduits. Now 3, 6, 1200. Now we're exceeding the cable capacity. Now we need tier 4. Unfortunately, I think cable 4 is a little expensive. Holy shit. Diamond block. Yeah, okay. So we're going to redesign our power distribution here, I think. Yeah. We need really to... Actually, what we might get away with is just another input. So that we've got double the cable capacity. That might actually work. There we go. Now we've got 2 lots of that cable going into the system. Our exporters should be done by now. So let us just put our stone torch back up there. Keep that lit. Go and grab our exporters, and then we should help with the power again. Exporters are here. And we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Right click that. There we go. And that's now filling up. That's now zapping. That's now plunking. That's now generating RF. This is not doing too bad. It's not doing too good, but it's not doing too bad. At least it's not, at least there's a little bit in there. And we do need a little bit, because obviously you've got the rest of the basis systems to be run. So have a look at this. Right, so this is almost half full. Perfect. Okay, so not bad. It's half full. This is kind of going. Once that fills up completely to capacity, then we should be good. The tier 1 solar cell we could put in place. I don't really want to put it in place, purely and simply because, well, I'm a pain in the arse and I really don't want to. So I'm going to check out the tier 2. Now, I'm pretty sure that the solar panel tier 2 things, we're missing 13. Okay, so we're missing 13. These we need 26 of. And we're missing, remember, we're missing 13 from the previous, so there's 10 left in the system. So that's another 39 plus the 13. Yeah, so we're missing essentially a stack of diamonds, which that's a lot. That is a lot. Even in my book, that's a lot. I mean, even with this stuff coming in, I mean, that's what 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 in the time that it's taken me to set up the quarry. Not bad, but still, I'm going to need to go do some mining. So I am going to leave it, or I am going to leave you guys for this episode, and I will go do a whole load of mining before I get back to the next episode, well, before the next episode. We'll just dump all those in there for the moment. Yeah, so I'm going to go and do a whole ton of mining. We're going to see just whether we can actually get that tier 2, enough capacity. We're going to let our storage stuff run up. Then we're going to put our quarry back on, and we're going to let that run for a little while. And hopefully, we will get our diamonds so that next time, we will be able to build our tier 2 solar panel. Well, I'm Syntosis. This is episode 19. Take it easy.